Hey, how's everybody? How's everybody doing today? It's me, Hola Nard, and I know, first things first, you're probably looking at this video and you're like, dude, it's literally been like years since you've last posted at this channel. I honestly don't remember. Yeah, it feels like it's been so long since I last posted at this channel. I think it's been 2 years if I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but let me go ahead and check real quick. It's honestly not gonna take that long. That's why I'm gonna be going ahead and checking real quick. Because I should have done that before this video, but I guess it doesn't. You know what? I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess I'll just find out later on, honestly. But yeah, it's been a while since I last posted at this channel. I honestly thought I was never gonna be posting at this channel ever again. But honestly, I wanted to come back to this channel because I honestly feel like I deserve to owe an apology to a lot of people. Honestly, for starters, people who originally started people who originally started supporting me um throughout when I was still like posting videos at this channel and everything. um I I I feel like I owe an apology. I owe an apology. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. um yeah, I feel like I owe an apology to a lot of people. Side note, I've been learning Spanish lately. A lot's been going on, but I've been learning Spanish lately and I've been like how do I say this? It's been like moments like I immersed like myself into like the Spanish environment to the point where it's like I would sometimes forget how to speak English correctly. So if that tends to happen, that's most likely why. But that's mainly besides the point. But yeah, so I feel like so I feel like I owe an apology, mejor dicho, better said, to a lot of people because looking back to when I was like posting videos of this channel, I was posting videos of this channel for the wrong reason. You know, I originally came with the right intentions of, wanting to help a lot of people because, I generally did wanted to make self-help videos and, help a lot of people out and, help people who may have gone through the same situations that I have gone through and let them know that, there's always a solution to everything and there's generally gonna be a light, out of this situation that you're in. But, it got to the point where I I had like, a thoughtful idea and a thoughtful reason of why I wanted to post videos at this channel. But later on, I kind of like forgot about like making videos out of like them being genuine and sincere, and like genuinely wanting to help people, because it got to the point where I started to like become so focused into the idea of like making money out of YouTube, because I wanted to focus, because like ever since I found out that you can make money out of YouTube, that caused me to end up doing YouTube for the wrong reason. I still took those videos, but I've turned it into a way of like I generally like I did it out of pure desperation, if I'm gonna be honest. And a big majority of my videos, the big reason why I archived a lot of those videos is because I just feel ashamed, honestly, man. I just honestly feel ashamed of having a lot of those videos, public and, just being remembered at this channel. It's like, and I feel like if I had those videos, published, I feel like a lot of people could, mention that I'm just like saying things out of my ass. And I'm just like, sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. And then it just gets to the point where I'm just like saying things and I'm just like, listen to me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Subscribe to me. But I did that out of pure desperation, and I just felt goofy doing that at the same time, and it's just really embarrassing, and it's just really like shameful at the same time, and I just feel like I just don't want to be remembered as like that type of guy if I just continue to have those videos published in public. You know what I mean? Because I started this channel with the with a right reason, but I just took that right reason and still somehow like used it to if this makes any sense, to continue doing YouTube for the wrong reasons, if that makes sense. I don't know how to word that correctly, but I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And I just feel like I owed a lot of people an apology for that, because it got to the point where this whole purpose of the channel, it wasn't accomplished at the same time, because my intentions were to help people and to generally like help them find the light out of their situation. But then that caused me that my desperation that kind of like manifested itself to like block the actual purpose out of this channel, and that, and I most likely wasn't even helping a lot of people. Hell, and I feel sad for saying this. I probably didn't even care at the time if I wasn't even helping people out, and I feel really fucked up for saying that. But I'm just gonna be completely honest, and I'm sorry. I owe a lot of you guys an apology, and to the HOCD community as well. I feel really bad, for saying all this, but sometimes in life it's best to to own up to your mistakes and accept the fact that I made this mistake. I had a wrong mind at the time, and I was doing things for the wrong reasons, and it was because of this, that, and the third. Because so I know Ozzy Jimenez, made a video about me. This isn't to talk shit about him at all. I have completely, respect and love for the guy, honestly, because, when I was going through HOCD, his videos generally helped me out. I really, love his videos, and I have nothing against him, and I would like to owe a big apology to all Ozzy Jimenez. Ozzy, if you're watching this video, I don't know if you will be, but if you're watching this video, man, if it ever like sounded like that I was talking crap about you or your channel or anything like that, all sincerity, man, you deserve a big apology from me. I'm terribly sorry. I never wanted to, come with the intention of wanting to talk crap about you or make or trying to make you look bad or anything like that. That video of what I made of HOCD videos are bad for you. The intention I wanted to make with that video is, trying to like get, tell people that, watching, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like half of me, the video has been so long, and I feel like at that point I was just making that video just just for the sake of making the video, because like from what trying to understand where I was coming from at that point, I was trying to come from a place of like reassurance and stuff, because reassurance in a sense of like trying to understand, because when you're going through HOCD you're trying to look for reassurance and to make sure that you're genuinely not gay, and you're trying to like find all these answers, and you're constantly watching all these HOCD videos to confirm that you're not gay. So that's the message that I wanted to come off with that, with that video. But I feel like what was going through my mind at that point was because I was making that video for the wrong reason. Because I'm gonna be honest, and you caught me on that. You caught me red-handed on that. Um, I'm gonna be honest. A big majority of my HOCD videos, it got to the point where it's like it was a mixture of like me wanting to help people out, but then me caring, for views at the same time, because I really wanted to get monetized. And the reason why I cared so much about making money on YouTube so much was because I was 17, I'm 20 right now, and I'm currently going to be turning 21. And, I had a childish mindset. I'm going to be honest. I had a childish mindset. All I really cared about was, I wanting to find like an easy way out. I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to, I wanted to find like, an easy way, to make money and stuff like that, and to be financially free, without going to college and stuff like that, because my mind was just not tied in right. And ever since I found out that you can make money out of YouTube, I was, generally like, just it got to the point where it's like I was doing a mix of like wanting to help people out, but wanting to make money on YouTube. But I feel like, the purpose of me wanting to make money on YouTube at the same time overpowered, of me like more generally wanting to help people out. And that's why a big majority of my videos, like, made it sound like that I was just talking out of my ass and I was just saying shit just to say shit. I feel like if I had the mindset that I have now, I most likely I feel like the best way to have put that video saying is like you can watch HOCD videos, but you don't want to like overly consume the videos and constantly like trying to confirm if you're not gay, you're not gay, you're not gay, because that's because like the more and more you're trying to like reassure yourself in a sense, and the more that you try to find answers in a sense, you're trying to desperately look for answers, that's just going to worsen your HOCD, and you're going to start driving yourself crazy about that. I feel like I should have made that message even clearer at the time, but me, because of like I was just focusing, I'm going to be honest, focusing more on making money out of YouTube at the time, it caused me to start talking out of my ass and just saying things that most likely didn't make any sense. And I really wish I made that video a lot clearer at the same time. And I owe a big apology to, HOCD viewers, HOCD YouTubers, any HOCD YouTubers, like any names I may have mentioned, um, or if I ever like talked bad about anybody or anything like that. I'm terribly sorry. Ozzy Geminis, I'm terribly sorry, man. I'm really sorry. If I ever talked bad about you, man, you didn't deserve that at all. Like, honestly, your videos are really helpful. They really helped me with my HOCD in a sense. But at the same time, when I was making that video, I wanted to come with the intentions of like, like grabbing people's attention at the same time, so that way they get the, wrong idea that I'm gonna be talking shit about people. But I was doing that for business purposes at the time. But if it ever like caused me like, to actually start talking shit about you, I'm terribly sorry, man, and you didn't deserve that. You're genuinely helping a lot of people out. You've helped me out, and thank God, I have recovered from HOCD myself, and it was definitely a hard journey, but I managed to, get myself, I managed to, like learn how to like deal with that. I definitely do like get HOCD episodes every now and then, but it's like now it's a lot easier for me to be handling that and stuff like that, and like luckily, like it hasn't like affected like my how do I say this? I'm just gonna say it hasn't like affected my um romantic or sexual relationships in any negative manner, honestly. And I just like to thank you for that, honestly. Because you've helped me out, you've helped a lot of people out, and like your videos have generally like, helped a lot of people out, even me. And if it ever like seemed like I was talking shit about you and made it seem like I was saying the opposite of what I'm saying now, I'm terribly sorry, man. I'm really sorry, and I owe apology to a lot of people who were supportive of my channel, who watched my videos, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I owe a lot of people an apology. I'm sorry, Aussie Geminis. I'm sorry to anybody else, like who I may have been talking shit about or anything like that. I'm sorry that I've made this channel for the wrong reasons. I've completely forgot, why I generally wanted to make this channel. I was so focused into like, making money out of this channel, because I was making videos from this channel out of such a childish mindset. And I thought I knew what it meant to be a man at the time. And because I thought I was like, and the reason why I brought that up is because I remember I made a video like back when I was like 17 or something like that in my room, um, what it means to be a man, because I thought I knew what it means to be a man. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, I wasn't even working. I wasn't even getting money at the time. I was completely like dependent off of my parents. I didn't even have a car at the time. I didn't even have a license. I wasn't even working. I wasn't even in college. Like, the things that I'm doing now, I wasn't even like, doing these things back when I was like, making that video. And, I was making, and like I was just making most of these videos because I thought I knew all the answers. I thought I knew all the answers. I thought I knew what I wanted to do with my life and all this other stuff. I thought I was like, sure. I thought I was so sure and everything. And I just thought I had all the answers and everything, and I thought I was good. But the reality is, I was lost. I was a lost boy. I didn't know shit of what it meant to be a man at all. And I was becoming an adult, but I had a very childish mindset at the same time because I was doing YouTube for childish reasons. I, you know, um, I made videos for the wrong reasons. I've made myself look like a clown in front of a lot of people for a lot of reasons, and honestly, this is stuff I honestly regret. Because before, because I remember before when I was like making videos at this channel, I used to like do a lot of reaction videos. I remember I did a lot of reaction videos, and I was just honestly doing that as a trend, for the sake of like because I found out that was an easy way to make money on YouTube. And then like I eventually realized I wanted to start doing self help reasons, but because I was still focused about the fact of money, that was still like overpowering my mind at the same time and stuff like that. So then that caused me to like, make these videos, and I was just talking shit out of my ass. Like, okay, if I can just make a video and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about and, get people to watch it, this should help me get a lot of views. This should help me get monetized. But now I look back to that, bro, that was wrong. That was wrong for me to make, videos like that for that reason. And I honestly like these are all things that I just regret. But at the same time, it's like I can't be too hard on myself at the same time because we all make mistakes. I'm a human. I'm a human being too as well, and I'm not asking anybody to not be hard at hard on me or anything like that. If I get any hate comments, man, I understand why. But just as for myself, like I understand for myself, like I know I can't be hard on myself at the same time because as human beings, we all go through phases in life, and we have to go through them at times so that way we can start learning things. Because definitely ever since I took a break from YouTube, because I know a good amount of people saw that last video that I made when it said I'm quitting YouTube. Like I'm so originally I was quitting YouTube from this channel specifically. I was quitting from this channel because I made that video because I was in a Discord chat with a friend of mine's, and I remember I forgot how the conversation started, and but like I remember at one point I was just talking to my friend about YouTube, but like I feel like at one point I got to the point where I was just admitted to him, and I was telling him that I'm getting burnt out from doing YouTube quickly. And then it got to I think the conversation started because I don't, the conversation was like long ago, and so that's why I don't remember, the conversation exactly well. But I remember like at the time, like my friend was asking me, um, I got a question to ask you. You could have 1 billion views and so many subscribers on YouTube, but you're not gonna make even a dime, and you work at a gas station. Would you still be doing YouTube at the time? And I knew I had to be honest at the time, but the scariest part was that I had to be honest, and the honest truth was, if you were to ask me that question back then, I would have said fuck no. I would have said fuck no, and this was because I was doing YouTube for the wrong reasons, and I didn't want to accept the fact that I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do with my life, man. Excuse me, I'm not gonna cry or anything like that, and even if I do, it is what it is. It's just like I had like a little voice crack moment for a second there. I'm really sorry about that. Let me drink some water. I'm kind of dehydrated. I didn't want to accept the fact that I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with my life because I was lost and I didn't want to accept it. I thought I was a know it all. I thought I knew that YouTube was my purpose, but the reality is I didn't want to accept the fact that I was lost and I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do with my life. At the time, like I remember I think around that time I dropped out of college. I dropped out of college because I was just not taking it seriously and stuff like that. I was just unsure of what I wanted to do with, my life at the same time. But even then, I didn't want to accept it. I dropped out of college, because I was just like, I was like being a follower because I would see like, all these YouTubers like, oh, drop out of college, follow your dreams. Like people who make these videos for the wrong reasons and stuff like that. Like making it seem like college is like this, completely like useless thing at the same time, and not talking about both the pros and the cons or anything like that. And I think I was like out of college at the time, and I didn't want to accept the fact that I was completely lost and I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. And honestly, like I was just somebody like who just hated school in general at the same time. And I just wanted to find like more of like an easier way to make money and stuff like that. I was like I was like in La La Land at the time. I was in La La Land at the time, and I didn't want to accept it. And I wasn't like appreciating like the gifts I was given, from like going to college and stuff like that. And I wanted to find like a way to like get around college because I generally didn't want to go. But at the same time, I was dropping out of college, for the for the wrong reasons because I just generally didn't like college, and I wanted to find like an easier way to make money and stuff like that. I was just like in my mind, I was basically what I'm trying to say is like around that time, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I was lost. I how do I say this? I didn't want to go to college at the time. I didn't want it to accept the fact where I mean, I have mixed feelings about college. I mean, I still feel like I don't think college is completely terrible. I don't think it's completely like like your only gateway to success at the same time. But I guess like I was gonna say like I could talk about that in, future references or something like that. But, honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna be posting videos of this channel. Like, this is gonna be my first video back, and this gonna be my last. But like, all I'm gonna say is like, depends on you at the same time. Depends on you. Depends on your reasons and like what are your plans of like what you want to do in life. Like, if it involves college, then sure, go for college. But if you generally feel like, and like your mind is screwed in, your mind is screwed in. You're sure of what you want to do, and you are sure, and you have a great, like blueprint structured of like, what you would be doing instead of going to college. Then, by all means, drop out if your core is truly saying it. That's all I'm gonna say. But I was dropping out of college for the wrong reasons. I didn't care about education. I wanted to find an easier way out of money. I wanted to find an easier way to earn money. I was just coming out of high school and all that stuff at the time and everything. And I was just like seeing YouTube as like a trend, like, oh, like make videos and you can like make money out of this and stuff like that. And I feel like I was like focusing more on that, like instead of like doing YouTube, just for fun, honestly. And I feel like what was going through my mind at the time was, oh, I was like thinking at the time, why did I bring that up? Oh, that was because of like, when I mentioned my friend, like, when he asked me that question. And that was the main reason why I was doing YouTube at the time. And I didn't want to accept it until that time, but it was scary for me because at that moment I knew that if I said the truth of would I be you doing YouTube or not if that was the case, but I knew I had to be honest with him because if I wasn't being honest, I'm not gonna be helping myself at all. I'm not doing myself a favor. So I said to him no, and then he was like, "You wouldn't be doing YouTube?" And I'm like, and then he was just all like, "And don't give me an answer just because you feel bad of what you said. Be honest, dude." And then I was just all like, "No, I wouldn't be doing YouTube at all." And then he was just all like, "Well, if that's the case, man, you're doing YouTube for the wrong reasons. Like you honestly like you need to take some time, you need to take, some time away from YouTube. You really need to take some time to figure out like, what is it that you generally want to be doing in life and stuff like that. Maybe your calling is maybe it is YouTube, but you're just doing it for the wrong reasons, or maybe it's not YouTube, maybe it's something else. And maybe you're just treating, cuz like, maybe you might just be doing YouTube because it's just a trend and and like he was just like telling me like based on like the conversations him and I would be having. I personally feel like, you're just doing YouTube, just for a trend because, I'll be honest, like in most of our conversations, like I would just be talking about how do I get the most views? How do I get people to watch my videos? How do I get monetized and all this other stuff? Like it's never about like how do I get my videos to touch people and all this other stuff. Like how do I make my advices like, generally touch people? How do I make my advices like, generally help people, help them, have hope and faith of the situation that they're in. I never asked him any of those questions. I'm gonna be completely honest. And ever since he told me that, I decided to take a break from YouTube and understand, what is it that I generally, want to be doing. And, fast forward to now, so yeah, that I feel like that's what caused me to, make that video. I'm taking a break from YouTube and stuff like that. Later on, I eventually, decided to go back to college because I realized, the reason why I dropped out, it was not the greatest idea ever. And I kind of regret it, but like I said, man, it was something that I was currently going through, and maybe it had to happen for a reason, for in order for me to learn something. I feel like as human beings, we sometimes can be a little too hard on ourselves because we make mistakes and we regret them later on. And it's like, yes, it wasn't like, the wisest choice that I made. But then again, I can't be so hard on myself because I was just only doing what I thought was right at the time. And you can't be mad at yourself for experiencing life and, just like, allowing yourself to, you know, um, trust your gut in that moment. But that's human nature at the same time. And yeah, me personally, I just feel like sorry about that. I lost my train of thought. But I basically what I wanted to say is like, I feel like that's just like I feel like that's just a natural part of like, learning like, about the wonders of life at the same time. But, you know, later on, ever since I made that video, I've just been really focusing on myself. What is it that I want to do? in my life? What are my plans for the future? What is it that I generally want to be doing? And I had to take a break from YouTube, to reflect on all that. And fast forward to now, I decided to go back to college. um I'm not gonna be saying what my plans are or anything like that right now in this video. I decided to go back to college. I decided to get my life back together. I eventually I do got a license now, thank God. I'm currently working a job right now. um I have an idea of what is it that I want to do, and what is my future career of what I want to do. And it's the type of career, if like if my friend were to come back and ask me that question, I would say I'd still be doing it. And it feels genuine for me to say that. Like if he were to like ask me like what is it that you're doing now, like if you weren't earning money from that, would you still be doing it? I'd say hell yeah. Like I love it. Honestly, bro. I love doing what I'm doing. Like, right now and stuff like that. But yeah, like that's something like I generally like, see myself doing like in 10 years and stuff like that. I definitely see myself, growing from this career, from this dream career that I have and everything. And I definitely feel like I've grown a lot. I don't want to say that I know what it means to be a man now. I definitely feel like I have leveled up a lot more, and I have changed my mind a lot more ever since I was, when I compared to like when I was 17. Because I'm gonna be honest, my mind was not in the right place at the time. I mean, like, even though like I've matured a lot in a sense, and like my mind is like more developed in a sense, I'm still, lost, and I'm still lost, and I'm still looking for answers at the same time, and I'm still like questioning things. And like who knows, like maybe when it comes to that point of like when I grow from that career that I want, maybe I end up want to be doing something else. Who knows? But like the point of what I want to make is, I don't want to say that now I officially know what it means to be a man. What it means to be an adult, better said. I feel like the proper like word of that is like what it means to be an adult. What it means to be a grown up. Not what it means just to be a man, but just to be a grown up in general. Because this could apply to anybody, regardless of your gender. And, I just feel like what I do feel like is I have, grown and learned a lot, but there's still a lot of things for me to learn at the same time. Nobody is ever going to be truly 100% perfect, and nobody is always going to have all the answers. Because of honestly, if that was the case, you wouldn't be on this earth anymore. Because if you just ended up, knowing everything and you just have all the answers, you're no longer lost. The universe is all like, well, your time is up then. Because you've completed everything, you've completed all your missions, you've got all the answers you need. You no longer need to be on this planet. That's how I feel. That's my theory of life of right now. But yeah, that's what I can say. But I'm sorry if that was completely off topic, but just I feel like I just decided to mention that just give an update, in a sense of like how my mind was like before and like how it is compared to now and stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically the reasons of why I was doing those videos. I was doing them for the wrong reasons, just for the sake of like wanting to get paid more, and just looking for an easy route to make money. And I saw, unfortunately, I saw that those HOCD videos were getting me a lot of views. And I thought the more and more that I'd be making those videos, that's going to be helping my channel get monetized. So then it got to the point where I started making those videos, and eventually got to the point where I would just be making HOCD videos just for the sake of making HOCD videos, and to just blow myself up, honestly. And so that way, like I can like get this channel monetized, and um so that way I can get this channel monetized, and I can be making money, and I wouldn't have to be going to college or anything. And I would just be making all my money from YouTube and stuff like that. And honestly, if I'm gonna be sincere with you guys, I'm happy that didn't happen. I'm happy that did not happen, because if that was the case, I definitely would have never grown. compared to the last time I made a video, a video at this channel. So I'm completely grateful that that never happened. Um, yeah. So I owe you guys an apology. I owe everybody an apology. Ozzy Geminis, I owe you an apology. HOCD viewers, I owe you guys an apology. I'm sorry that my videos were not helpful. I'm sorry that I was doing YouTube for the wrong reasons. I'm sorry that, I was doing YouTube for the wrong reasons and I got to the point that it got to the point where I was just saying shit out of my ass. I'm really sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. And I even owe myself an apology. I owe everybody an apology, including myself, because something I feel really embarrassed about is just making myself look like a clown on YouTube. Because honestly, the number one thing I really regret is just making myself look like a clown on YouTube. But like I said, I can't be too hard on myself at the same time because we all do things that we thought were right in the moment. The most of what we can do is just take our mistakes and learn from them. But yeah, I owe everybody an apology. Ozzy Geminis, again, I'm sorry. Every single HOCD viewer, I'm terribly sorry, man. I'm terribly sorry, people. I'm sorry for everything, for not doing YouTube for the right reasons, for not being helpful, for not caring at the same time. Subconscious and most likely I may have not been aware of this at the time that I didn't care if my videos didn't help anybody or anything like that because I was doing them for the wrong reasons. And whatever was getting me the most views at the time, that's what I was worried about. And I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Everybody deserves an apology from me. From me. From me. Sorry about that. From me. You all deserve an apology and I'm really sorry. HOCD community, Aussie Geminis. I'm sorry. And honestly, Aussie Geminis, I want to thank you as well. I want to thank you for making that video about me. Honestly, like you put me in my place and it helped me. And it helped me cuz I generally feel like, if I'm glad, and I want to thank the person, who showed the video to you because honestly, if none of that ever happens, who knows where I would be at right now. If I'm gonna be honest, my mind would not be in the right place if if that was the case. But I want to thank you honestly for making that video and just um. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, you that video helped me open my eyes and made me realize what I was doing, if that makes sense. And I just want to thank you for that, honestly, for making the video and just calling me out on what I was doing and let me know of like what was it that I was doing. And I just want to thank you for helping me open my eyes of like what was it that I was doing in that video. Because I'm gonna be honest, like the day that I watched that video, that helped me open my eyes and realize that, dude, I'm doing YouTube for the wrong reasons. And it's getting to the point where I'm talking shit and people are responding to me and I'm just making myself like look like a fool on YouTube. And that's always like, and that was always like my biggest fear, making myself look like a fool on the internet. And unfortunately, that fear came true. But I just want to thank you, man, for, making that video and helping me open my eyes and realize what the hell I was doing. Because hell, I was unaware of what I was doing. I mean, I feel like deep down I knew what I was doing, but I didn't want to accept it. But like the day I fully became aware of what I was doing was when I saw that video, and I just want to thank you, man, for honestly putting me in my place and putting me in my spot and helping me open my eyes and realize like, dude, like what you're doing is Well, I mean, you didn't say what I was. You didn't say exactly what I was doing was corny, but you just helped me, like, maybe you did, but like in a more like professional way, in a sense, if that makes sense. Like I'm not even trying to sound funny or anything like that. I feel like the point I want to make is like when you made that video, you put me in my place. You put me in my place in like a way that like helped me open my eyes and made me realize what I was doing. I don't know what's the best word to like put that, but I just want to thank you honestly for making that video, and I'm sorry, again, HOCD community, for just for everything, man. Just for making YouTube for the wrong reasons and just fooling a lot of people. I'm really sorry, guys. I really have nothing else to talk about. I wanted to make this video, because honestly, I knew I was going to be making this video eventually. I was never really sure when. Um, but yeah, this is going to be my first video back. It's officially going to be my last. My video that I made of me talking about me quitting YouTube. Um, I thought that was gonna be my last video I was ever gonna make, but I knew I had to make this video eventually because I just didn't like the idea of me, like, leaving this channel and accepting the mistakes that I made and owing that up to a lot of people. Just not doing that and leaving this channel, that just feels really corny. So I just wanted to go ahead and make this video and, just let everything that's on my mind out. But yeah, I really have nothing else to say, and I don't want to keep going on in this video because, it just feels weird, like, if I were to be going on and on and on and on, and then it just gets to the point that I just have nothing else to say. But oh shit, I can't even see the camera. Oh, that's why. Okay. Sorry about that, but I feel relieved that I made this video. Thank you to those who watched this video. It's your decision if you want to forgive me or if you don't want to forgive me. I'm not going to be forcing anybody. If you forgive me, thank you, I appreciate it. If you don't forgive me, thank you, I appreciate it. But thank you for watching this video, and to anybody watching this video, whatever you may be going through in life, there's always a solution to everything. And even if you feel like giving up, even if you feel like, there's no light out of anything, there is, man. You just got to keep pushing in. It's a scary fucking journey. Being an adult is scary because, I remember I listened to that one song by Lorde, and it was called Ribs. It feels so scary getting old. Um, she was right. Because when you're getting older and when you're becoming an adult, you have a lot of responsibilities, and you got to start figuring out, it's those times, like, you start figuring out what you want to do. You're really like concerned and you're not too sure of like what is going to be going on. You have so many responsibilities and shit starts to feel overwhelming, and whatever situation you're going to be going through, man, life is hard, man. Life is fucking hard. But there's always going to be an answer. You just got to keep pushing. That's going to be my message to anybody, and I wish you the best of nothing. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And I pray that you get past it. And I know you will. Because if I manage to get past a lot of dark things, dark times I've heard, that, I've went through in my life, I know you can too. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. Thank you for watching this video. I love you guys. I wish you the best of luck. God bless you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I wish you, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck with anything that you have going on in life. Thank you.